Hello everyone, thanks for watching. I just wanted to take you through a couple of the aspects of how you're going to receive some of these files, and there's a couple components that I kind of would be best to kind of explain. First of all, as you can see here, this is the Unity package here. It's all set up with the LOD preset up here, so you can see as it goes out. So it won't matter too much on how you how much resources it takes, because it's already set up with an LOD. And you can say it looks pretty freaking good. I think, don't I have the animator set up already? I thought I had the animator set up already. Yeah, I do. So I just downloaded the Mixamo pack. These are just Mixamos. You can also grab from mixamo.com. You can also grab anything. You just want to grab the actions, whatever actions you want, and then you want to grab the dummy. I usually grab the Y frame. Is a Y or Z frame. The Z frame dummy character, and you bring that in, and then you can just refocus the actions from that dummy onto here, and it works great. So you can use any of the Mixamo ones that you download from. I just downloaded this from this right here. It's just a free one. I normally just download this one actually just to test what I'm doing, just to see how it's gonna react. So I just threw a couple on there, as you can see, and then you know, and then you can kind of preview how it's gonna react with the system. And these are just some magic samples that I used. You can kind of like see how the mechanics work and how the weight mapping works. So this one's doing pretty good, and then it just shows you how it you know, all the different components, how the hands are working, and how the hands look, and just all the little details. And you can sit there and watch it and just gather the components for it. But what I wanted to specify is that a lot of users that I've been working for, mostly custom stuff is what I've done previously. I'm building some of these specific ones that I think would be useful to people. I'll be building a series of them, just ones that I feel that people would need, and they just want to buy and have, and this makes it so you can literally just take it, throw it right in. It's already set up. You can just toss it. I'll save this as a Unity pack, and you can just literally just take it, pop it right in. It's got your prefabs. This is your prefab, and that's what I have loaded in. The prefabs, of course, have the LOD programming on them, a level of detail programming on them. And but what I wanted to kind of show is and that's another. You know, you can kind of see what it's going to look like. This is loaded. You want to when you do load in here, let's new project. So when you do load them in, I would suggest with these characters, because they're AAA characters and they're high definition, you want to load in your high definition RP, because then when you start a new project and you're getting ready to develop a project, you don't have to, but I suggest it because it makes it makes it so, you know how you get that Unreal quality with the lighting balloons and stuff like that. This is just beautiful. This is where you get your, as far as I'm concerned, the most beautiful work in Unity. You just want to click on that, this right here, and and then load in the product. And then when you do that, you can load in this prefab. You can also, you know, bring it into just a regular 3D one, but this one it's all set up for, ready to go. You just want to click on that one, start a new item, and then pop it right in. But what I wanted to go over is I found a lot of people really need they use a lot of the free apps, and so Blender, which of course 2.8, what? I've got to make something special for 2.8, right? Okay, so 2.8, I made, the issue with is I had a lot of problems with customers that would buy rigs. They would need to animate, and they didn't have any real animation software, so they would use, you know, they're skilled at doing animations in Blender, but they need to transfer those blenders over to, of course, your game engines, because that's what they're making. So this one, as you can see, I just made a little, just a little animation, just to kind of throw it in and show you. So then you wanna when you do that, and this is the Blender to Unity rig, and I'll have that up, and it'll be specified. It's going to be in the Blender items. There'll be a Blender rig also, but there'll be also a Blender to your game engine rig specifically, so you can do your own customized animations. If you don't have a hugely expensive 3D pack to do your animations in, I know a lot of the indie gamers enjoy using Blender, and there's no real reason not to. It's a great, it is a great. So you want to, it's a great system, and with 2.8, it's super awesome. You just want to go FBX. Your selected items. So you want to select all your items, and my suggestion, of course, everything else should be pretty much set up. With your armatures, I would only deform bones, just to clean it up, really. You can throw in the deform bones if you want, or the other ones other than deform bones, but I would suggest doing that. And then you just want to export FBX. And I've already done that. Let me see. Okay. You want to, so Blender to Unity, and you just want to export it. So it's exported right here, and let's see. So we have this one. Then you want to import new asset, just to show you the process of what you're going to do. Because there's one little there are a couple of things. You'll have this issue with a lot of things that go into Unity, but they're easily taken care of, and I just want to show you, just in case you download the pack and are like, what's going on? You can figure it out, and I can show you once you have that. Once you've loaded the other pack into Unity, I can also show you the I can, you know, show you what is going on with how to easily set up this other pack. So you want to go, you know, you're going to rig, you're going to, of course, humanoid. You're applying that. It'll do its little doohickey. Item. So while this is loading, I'll tell you. Oh, never mind. You don't get the story. Okay, save that or don't save it, whichever one. Okay, so now what you have here is you'll have, it's not forcing T-pose. So you want to click this little pose here, and you want to force T-pose. Okay, so now you notice this red. Well, you go to head, you go up here, you go over here, and what you want to do is you want as simple as bones. You can load the regular Blender one in, but it's got a lot of bones. So people that just need the regular bones, no facial bones, just the standard hand bones, that's what I kind of made this for. So it makes it super easy. So you want to click that neck one, you just want to pop it in there. You want to click the head one, you want to pop it in there, and apply, and then you're done. And then it's all green and super pretty. Okay, and then you got your bone, you got everything done. Okay, so we're good. Custom built just for this specific purpose. Okay, so now we've got that in there. Now, let me throw this is the Blender to Unity, and you'll notice the high definition one will have this. You'll know it is this one by the multi definition logo right there. It just gives you a nice multicolor thing. That's when you know you're in the right place. But notice how it's all washed out. Well, that's because it's really good. Once you get all your textures on there and your principled textures and stuff, it looks really nice. Okay, so let's go back to this. Then to easily, you want to extract your materials. Let's make a new folder, materials, into your BC assets, Blender character assets. Okay, so select that folder, and that will, but because you already have the other one loaded in automatically, it will, all of those, see the problem is I wanted to save people some time loading in all of these textures, because it is a real bother loading in these textures. Okay, so you'll see it's extracted it, and now you can go up to the American Soldier one and start loading in each one of the different meshes, and they match, and they're in the same alphabetical order. So it's just boom, teeth. They are merged, so they're not super hard to deal with, but I just wanted to make it so people could just toss them in, use them, and not have to deal with all of the aspects of setting everything up. Okay, cornea. Oh, shirt. Excuse me. Shirt. And we've got cornea left. Cornea left. And we've got cornea right. Just adds a nice look. If you've got to do close-ups with the eye, most of the time, yeah, you'll be doing close-ups with your high definition. You're doing cut scenes with your high definition, but it always does help because you do get close sometimes with your standard characters. Okay, so boom, all those are loaded in. So now we've already, in just a few minutes, we've had our animation, we've loaded our animation in, we've turned him into, we put him in the scene, we've loaded we've rigged it, his rig is activated, everything's going good. So now, the final thing is we will add you want to go to your animation controller. That's not where I want it. That's fine, but I think I want to put it in there. You want your animation controller. You then click on this. Okay. You click on the avatar. Pop this in. Okay. And you're ready to go. This has a lot of ones. I didn't name them. I just threw one in. But then you want to click on this, and that opens that up. I think it's the armature action that I just threw in. And you can make them and name them and have multiple stuff. You can customize all of them. And let's actually throw another one in. and make a and you just write. It's just a see. So to create that, you do a right, left, and left to connect it. Oh, and then I gotta make a transition back. Make a transition back. Okay, so now that's going to go back and forth. So now, as I play my animations, so I've made a rig, I've customized a rig from Blender, I've taken it in, and there's your rig all set up, ready to go, totally customized. He's over here. There's two of them here. That's still the other LOD one. And so that's ready to go and ready to use for anything you'd want. And that's it for Blender. Hello everybody. This is the second part for Unreal. Okay. I just wanted to mention also, I didn't mention for the Blender one, I didn't load it into the Blender one, but there'll be an M4 static mesh that is good. This is the big version of it. That's for giants. If they want to use M4s, they will be needing a larger size M4. Okay. I already have it loaded in though, so I don't have to. You just have to, because it's different sizes for each different application. This one, it just put it in really big. But you just want to, when you do put it in, just put it 0 right here. You can see this right here. I've just reduced it down to 0.02. It just makes it smaller, so it can fit any model that you want to put it on. Okay, so if you have a giant, or if you have, you know, a giant M4-ish, and he wants to use an, you know, an M4 too. Okay. Anyways, so here, let's go to here first. LOD. You have different versions of LOD. You can see right here. You can't see where I'm pointing. Right here. You can see the level of detail go down. 16. 12. This gets further away. 8,000, and finally, so like 5 levels of LOD. So I mean, you don't have to load them all in. You can, whatever you need. But this is going to take. This is going to be like nothing when he's further back. If you do need me to, if you do need a different combination of LOD too, I can prepare that for you. Just message me, and I can, you know, if you're needing a different specific combination for what you're doing, you don't want to do it. It is a lot of work, so I can prepare that for you, no problem. This one, and on the first one, just a little bit more about LOD. The very first one here, it is the only one with 4K. So the very first one has 4K. That one has 2K. If you wanted to use this one for, you know, if you wanted, you can transfer those over to the 2K one if you want. If you want to switch those to, if you don't want to use 4K, you can switch those 2K ones, because these right here in the one are 2K. See right there, boom, boom. It just says that's 2K, 1K, low, you know, and then you have all of the aspects of it. Okay. Okay. So now, okay. So what were we doing? All right. So let's. Retarget. Okay, so you want to in order to reassess the skeleton from the mannequin to use any of the animations you want to use on them, you have to go through and just, this is all you have to do. You do this, boom, and you just click on that and select humanoid rig. I think it was already on human, but you get the drift. Okay, so that's that. Save that, buddy. Out. Then you want to go to the third person. Okay, that's for that. Okay, so mannequin. Boom. And there's your starter pack right here. I just loaded that in. It's a free pack. That's just for the next part of what we're doing. Okay, so the mannequin character mesh. Okay, so this is your mannequin. This is a skeleton. I'm going to open up the skeleton. Like I said, most of you will, if you've used it, I'm assuming a lot of the people that are going to buy this already know how to use humanoid rig, already know how to use Unreal, so but I just wanted to show some people that might not, so they can see, you know, what's going on. Boom. Okay, so now you have made it so he is, let's go back to Sergeant Smith. So now he is all ready to go, okay? So now all you did was just, you know, just open them up, do that, retarget them, okay? Retarget both of the two things you're using. Now you can do this also with just any character that has animations in Unreal. You just want to retarget them, and then when okay, and then you do this. You go to the animations that you want to use. Let's see. Okay, this is just the basic animations for this, for the third person. Okay, so what we want to do? Let's do third person idle. So let's do third person idle. Okay, and here you go. This is his idle. He's just kind of hanging out there. Swim breeze, swim breeze. Okay. Then you want to go, just right-click him, duplicate animation, asset, and retarget. Okay, so you want to click on your Sergeant Smith. Make sure remap references asset is there. Boom. Retarget. Okay, so now that's him with that animation. So you've retargeted it. You've done that, and that's how easy it is to retarget any animation you need. Any animations you've mocapped, any animations that you need, you can pop them right on. Okay, so let me see what next. Okay, so you might want to add this character into. You might want to add your character into the game. You've loaded all your level in. You just pop your level in. Do this. Oh wait. Okay, so what you got to do? So you can go to his blueprint. Okay. I'm gonna do that. Retarget it. Because then that just retargets all of those specific animations to him. Okay, so there you have all those. Let's go to let's just drop him into Sergeant Smith. We're just going to drop him into Sergeant Smith right now. Move here, just to, you know, so we know where those are. We don't need those other ones, but we're just going to do that. Boom, they're just right there. I can do a new folder for the animations. I don't want this to be too long. Okay, animation, shift, boom, animations. Okay, now move here. Okay, we're all organized. Okay, all right, so now you have this guy here. All right. Oh, I think we have to edit him and turn him into your first. Okay, before, so we've done that. We've gotten those animation or those things done. Okay, but now we need to also change him into. We need to change him to the Sergeant Smith. Boom. Okay, so now, as you will notice, okay, he is now in the game. Okay, but he's just in the game now. He's not going to have yet any of the animations ready to go. Okay, so now that he's changed that person, you can go back to that. Go back to the viewport. Okay, animation blueprints. Oh, I forgot to name them. But it is. I forgot to rename it. But so let's go back in here. Okay, so there you go. So now he is all ready to go. So if you play it, play the game now, jump in the game, you can run around. And look around, boom, oh, there's a, let's get the question, let's get that. Okay, alright, so, see, that's how easy it is to, like, put him right in the game if you want to. Okay, so, now, let's escape out of this. Okay, now maybe you want to add, we didn't put that idle in yet. So, okay, so, we can go into his animations. Okay, idle, no, idle hip, okay. Okay, so there's that. So that's what it's going to look like, okay. So we want to look at the blueprint. No. Okay, so this one. And so we've got that redone, so now we just take it, move it, put it there. We want the idle rifle hip. Okay, so there he is. Okay, so now he can go walk, walk, and then he goes run to idle. Okay, alright, so there we go. I just wanted to get that in there. Oh, forgot to save it. Let's see. See, and here's where, yeah, see, and here's what happens. This is what happens when you don't freaking program, put in the right LOD. Okay, let's go back. So, this is why you name all your freaking stuff. I should compile it while I'm here. Viewport. Okay. Ooh, maybe compile. Okay, he's fine. You can see that he runs around, and then when he's idle, he goes back to his shooting pose. Okay, so now we need to go back to, let's get in a little closer to him. Okay, so now we need to add in a sprocket to put that gun in his hand. So what you do is you want to go, and you want to go to his right hand. Okay, right click, add sprocket. That'll add a little sprocket right there. Okay, you want to save that. Save. Okay. So now we have a little sprocket. Now we need to go to the third person editor because he is now in the third person there. You just want to go in here. You want to add a component, which will be a static mesh because the gun happens to be a static mesh, which I've already added in right here. Okay, and then you go over here and pop that static mesh in. Okay, it's really big. I think it's, for this particular system, it is 0.03. Hurrah! Okay. So now what you want to do, the final thing is you want to add him to that hand sprocket. So you want to go and add him to the hand sprocket. So now it's attached to his hand. Okay, so what is it? I think it's minus 90? Yeah. Alright, now we gotta move that a little tiny bit up. closer. Oh, he's pretty close. Oh no, it's gotta go back. Okay. Yeah, like something about that. Now, so you know, and you have different animations. You can animate that, change it, so it fits the gun better. I'm just showing you just to show you, really. Mostly for my own good, I guess, is why I'm doing this. Okay, so we want to compile. So that should be good. And now you'll see inside. So now inside the game, he's holding that gun. And then when you play the game, boom, he is in the game with the gun. Boom. So he's carrying the gun around, and when he goes back into the idle stance, he's holding the gun. Boom, holding the gun. If it was set up for shooting, you know, but I'm not gonna even go into that. So there you go. That shows you how easy it is to set him up and get him running in both of the major game engines.